Hello, we're back for episode 6 of our Llangefni Rags to Riches playthrough. We are currently in season 3 and we are still at Llangefni Town FC. We're currently in the Welsh Premier Division for those of you that are new around here. The only bit of information really that's changed in terms of the team is that Heijman has now potentially started to get back fit. He's now ready for 45 minutes of action, which is good news for the overall squad. And we did play the other game off camera, which was a 1-1 draw in the end at home. We managed to get the equaliser in the 81st minute with James Sprouse getting on the score sheet again. What does that mean for the league standings? We are currently sitting in 6th. We are exactly where we wanted to be. I mean, if we could finish here, that'd be great. We're exactly where we wanted to kind of try and finish based on the mini leagues and seeing if we can finish in the top 6 and maybe even challenge for some form of European football. Who knows? Our main objective is, of course, to stay in this league. Today we've got games against Haverfordwest and Newtown. We're away for our first league game of the afternoon, and then we've got our second home game against Newtown. Haverfordwest are currently 10th, Newtown are 8th, so really, to keep this chasing pack away from us for that prestigious 6th spot, we should be winning these games, and really we want to be winning these games to keep a nice gap between us and the bottom of the table. Without further ado, let's get the intro rolling and let's get the games underway. So we're already here. I've skipped forward to the game. We are going to be away from home. So, of course, we're going to go to our more cautious play style. They want us to now bring Steve Jones back into the lineup. Now, this is something that we spoke about in previous episodes. 1 minute it's Jack Davies, 1 minute it's Steve Jones. And now our assistant manager can't even make a decision of who he wants us to play or who he thinks we should play. 1 minute it's Jack Davies, 1 minute Steve Jones. So we are in a dilemma and a pickle there with the goalkeepers. We are going to give Heijman 45 minutes in the first half. Hopefully we can get into a commanding position in the first 45 and then he can come off and rest. Let's hope, fingers crossed, and I want everyone fingers crossed at home, that we don't aggravate his injury and he goes out for longer. But needs must. We want the points and this is the way we're going to get it. Very typical lineup from how we've seen in the league. And as we can see on the screen, the links are starting to form nicely. We've got a nice link here at the back, but we aren't playing Mike Williams typically. However, Davies did get booked in that last game, which means he's now suspended for this match, which isn't ideal. As we know, Mike Williams' track record of defending in this season, not the seasons before, but in this season, has not been great. We have got the team sheet in. We've got Jack Davies, Felipe Edmonds, Mike Williams, Jamie Couchman, Joey Hughes, Finley Goodridge and Heijman in midfield, with Max Moore and Math Howell on either wing, with Luke Evans just behind James Sprouse. And we're looking for a big game. Usually what we say, we're looking for a big game from James Sprouse, but we're actually looking for a big game from every single player out on that pitch today. We want to be picking up them points, and we really want to get a nice gap between us and the bottom of the league, like we said earlier. So we are going to go with pumped up fists. We're going to encourage the lads. We want them to go out there. We want them to give us a good performance. We're not going to go with we've got nothing to lose, because of course we have, and we keep having that recommended, and I hate it. We know how good we are, but let's show everyone what we're capable of. But we're not doing it. And then when we do say that, we play absolutely atrocious. So we're going to go encouragement. I know we are the underdogs here, but go out there and give the fans a performance to cheer for. So here we go. Kickoff is just a moment away. We are away from home. We are playing from right to left in our red kit because we are away from home. And the rain is falling. And the rain, when it's falling, is normally a good omen for us. Joey Hughes taking out Edwards there. Not exactly the greatest start. It looks like Math Howell has already taken a knock, but it looks like he can continue. But it could be a twisted knee. We will keep an eye on that. We do not want to risk having him out for a prolonged period of time during the season. We're going to just keep Howell on until maybe half time and just see if he can play through the pain just for a little bit. 10 minutes played here. Not too much action. This is the first real highlight that we're seeing. A ball over the top from them. And it goes straight into Davies' hands. Luckily for us, he does read that well and deals with the danger nicely. Dangerous free kick here for us. Evans with the ball in. Couchman's there. Ooh, just wide of the post. That might have actually been our first goal from a set piece if we scored that. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be. We are giving them quite the share of possession. We've only had 39% of the ball. We really want to get that back into our swing of things because we do play better when we've got the ball, of course, like most teams, but we do normally dominate the possession when we do play against teams. So today we're having a bit of an off day. Maybe we're going to switch this to balanced instead and see if we can get a little bit more control in this game, get a bit of a foothold in the game itself. Heijman here playing his 45-minute cameo. Edmonds into Moore. Edmonds back to Sprouse. Unfortunately, Sprouse can't do much with that. Goodridge plays it into Howell. Heijman, Evans, lovely. Oh, Moore hits the post. That was a lovely bit of play from the Llangefni boys there. Unfortunately, it just couldn't materialise into a goal. Heijman with a loose, sloppy ball straight into Davies' hands, but he just drops it. He doesn't deal very well with that. End of the highlight there. Now we've got a highlight for them. They've had a dangerous throw-in, goes across goal, but the ball is just headed wide of the post. So both teams coming close and both teams knocking on the door. We haven't actually had any shots on target as yet, whereas the opposition have had 5 shots on target. Again, we're letting ourselves down. Ooh, Evans with a very close free kick, just wide of the post. So far, so good, I suppose. We haven't conceded. We're starting to creep them possession stats up, starting to get a bit more of a foothold into the game. So hopefully we can make that pay off into chances and shots on target. Looks like that's going to be half time. No real highlights to note. A couple of missed chances, a couple of close opportunities, but other than that, we have not seen a lot. We definitely haven't been the better team here. We really haven't. If you look at the stats, possession we're behind, shots on target we're behind, so I'm going to go with pumped fist. Pumped fists? No, because I don't really... They need encouragement, but they also need a bit of a telling off to be like, come on, get more shots on target. So assertively, our shooting has not been good enough so far, and that really needs to improve. Most of the team looking motivated there. Funny how it's mainly the defensive players that are motivated. Yet our forward guys, apart from Luke Evans, don't look like they really care, which isn't a good sign. So let's get them out for the second half and let's see what we can do. The rain has ceased to fall in the game. Hopefully now, with the pitch being a little bit wet, we can zip that ball around. Not with a ball like that, we can't, Mr. Sprouse. And they're in. Oh, Davies makes a good save. They are trying to play for that number 1 shirts, Jack Davies and Steve Jones at the moment. Highlight here for them. Intercepted well by Evans. Lovely ball. Oh, Sprout. Oh, I thought that was just going to trickle in, to be honest. The goalkeeper managed to parry it one way. It goes out for the corner. Evans, long delivery in, but just doesn't get anyone. Again, no one's there. We're not asking you to deliver it to the back post. Dangerous free kick here to defend. Davies does well. Good command of his area. Comes out, claims the ball for his. Plays it out to Couchman. What is that? Why? But he manages to redeem himself and win the header. We do need to take Heijman off. I've just remembered we've left him on, and that could cause us problems. But we'll let this highlight play out, and then we'll see what we can do. 54 minutes played. Dangerous attack by them. Oh, we'll try to literally lift that over the goalkeeper. Almost paid off. Let's pause it and get Heijman off now. We don't want to risk injury for him. Bring on Gwyn. He has been very solid for us whilst Heijman has had his injury. Do we take off Math Howell? He's kind of got over that injury, but he isn't playing well. So let's bring on William Hughes instead and see what he can do in the last half an hour or so of the game. I'm going to encourage the boys again at 58 minutes played. Couchman's 1 yellow away from suspension. We know that, so that's not a problem at all. Hence why he's playing today. Davies is already having a rest with his suspension. Evans into Goodridge. Tackle by them. Gwyn picks up the loose ball. Couchman, Gwyn. Sprouse. Lovely ball for Sprouse. And he scored! He's put it in the back of the net. That was a fantastic ball and a fantastic bit of movement by Sprouse there to get away from the defender. Goodridge just sits on the ball here and waits, sees the run and then plays the pass. Sprouse is there and the keeper just could not get across his line quick enough to make the diving save, and Sprouse puts it away to give us the 1 goal advantage in this afternoon's game. We're going to drop it down to cautious. We're just going to go more cautiously now. We want to hold on to this. We're going to praise the boys. 71 minutes played. Dangerous free kick from us. Awful. He's no Lewis Barlow, is he? He's no Lewis Barlow. We don't think we've actually scored a free kick so far this season. Couchman does read the danger well. Sprouse here again. Defender tracks back well, manages to get tackle in. But we're on the attack again. Sustained pressure by the Llangefni boys. Oh, that was a bit of awful defending from them, but Sprouse cannot make them pay, and he levers that over the crossbar. Going to make another substitute, just because we don't want to risk injuries. We're going to bring on Barlow. We have a corner to defend. Didn't pause it. Should have learnt from the last episode, but luckily Davies deals with it well and deals with the danger. Can we see out the last 10 minutes of the game? Oof, that almost bounced back to the other striker for them, but Williams, luckily for us, reads the danger well. Long goal kick, that was never going to go anywhere. Play it out to the fullback rather than the winger. Couchman does win the header, but plays a loose header back to the midfield, but we do deal with the danger nicely. And it goes out to the end of the highlight. 85 minutes played. All we need to do now is just hold out for this result. We are going to let this highlight play out, and then we're going to go to our usual... Oh, never mind. I was going to say we're going to go to our usual very defensive, but we don't need to now. We've got a bit of light between us and the opposition. Finley Goodridge with a lovely placed shot here. Just gets on the edge of the box. 1-2 with Sprouse. Lays it off. And look at that for a finish. You couldn't get that more in the bottom corner if you tried. Sprouse and Goodridge are linking up well into this afternoon's game. Both goals involving them two. Fantastic performances by the two. William Hughes steps in nicely to regain the possession here. Goodridge tried to get his cross in but does get deflected. Here we go. What can the opposition do here? Nothing. They lever it over the crossbar like they have done all afternoon. They had the shots on target in the first half, but they haven't had that many on target this second half. Arlo plays it back to the goalkeeper. Moore. Sprouse. Into Moore. Moore and Sprouse linking well. Arlo plays it into Sprouse again, but the shot gets blocked. William Hughes has picked up a knock as well, which isn't good if Howell's injured as well. So we're going to have to get the boys into the physio room after the game. The cold ice baths all round. And that's it. Full time. 2-0 win away from home. Couldn't have asked more from the boys. A very good average performance in the spine of the team. Green ratings pretty much everywhere. A little bit of a letdown considering he did have the whole game, but we will give him the benefit of the doubt today. Outstretched arms, I'm proud of your performance. Nobody gave us a chance, but we managed to pull it off. How delighted are you with that triumph? We were excellent and thoroughly deserved this win. I'm so proud of the team. So that was a good result for us, really. Away from home, again from that chasing pack, that puts us up to 5th on 19 points. The teams in the danger zone, which is our main objective to avoid, are on 6 and 4 points. So without speaking too soon, you would hope that we should be safe. And realistically, there's only a hatful of games left until that mini league breaks away. We've got 10 games left. We've got 30 points to play for. William Hughes is out. Oh, that's not good. 4 to 7 weeks. We're going to leave it to the physio. We're not going to give him the injection. And Goodridge impresses for Llangefni. Of course he does. We're going to put our arm around him. You were superb. In front of goal? No, that's not really his job as such. I'm going to say your passing was a joy to behold in the last match. Keep it up. I'm just going to change our training, as I really don't see the point of training corners at all. Because I know what you're probably saying, well, if you train delivery, you might get better at corners. But realistically, I think our main channel of attack is playing it on the floor, through the middle of the park, looking at the wingers, bringing it into Sprouse. I don't think corners are really our forte, let's be honest. So we are going to go for chance creation. And then on Thursday morning's session, we are going to go for, let's go attacking shadow play. We're going to go for a very attacking training week ready for the game against Newtown. We want to win it, realistically. We don't want to be drawing it. We don't want to lose it. We want to pick up the 3 points. Well, this is a turn of events that we didn't think would arise anytime soon. York City have invited us to an interview. The board are very impressed with your great performance at Llangefni Town, which is why we have identified you as one of our top candidates. One of the reasons the board have decided to offer you an interview is because they feel that you are an acceptable fit for the club's somewhat scaled back vision for the future. Doesn't fill me with hope. Scaled back vision? No, you should always be thinking on the front foot. Look what we've done with Llangefni. They wanted to finish 15th. Well, they thought we were going to finish 15th. We finished third, and then we've won the league. We're potentially going to finish in the top mini league as well. But anyway, the interview will give the board the opportunity to discuss their ambitions and plans with you in more detail so you can reinforce our belief in your suitability for the role. Let's have a look at York. Where are they? They're in the Vanarama. They're in the National League North. Where are they sitting? They're sitting 17th. That's a big ask to get out of this league, isn't it? Let's attend the interview because, it's not going to harm our reputation for attending the interview. I have some reservations regarding the fact that you have never managed in this country. Can you explain why that shouldn't be an issue? Well, hang on a minute. You've approached me. I've not approached you. So, first of all, I think you should get them reservations out of your head. I don't think it matters very much, to be honest. I've worked successfully elsewhere and would consider myself very capable of achieving your goals here too. I'm going to go with that. Do you think it's a positive or a negative thing that you have thus far managed just one team? I'm going to go with there isn't much loyalty left in football anymore, but I think it reflects well on me that I've shown plenty of it. I would not take kindly to you criticising me or the club in the media as you have done before. Why did you choose to do so? I don't think I've ever criticised the Llangefni board. I've just said we don't always agree eye to eye. That's not criticising them at all. I'm going to disagree. I've hardly made a habit of it given the length of my career, have I? Let's be honest. How many times have I actually come out against the board? Probably once. The club would be looking for a candidate capable of performing the two competition expectations, something our last manager did not do. Are you confident of handling that better than your predecessor? I've got a good record when it comes to meeting expectations. You'd be potentially replacing someone who did not enjoy a good relationship with our fans. Could you do better? The fans are a vital part of any club. If they're not on board, then the team are not having that 12th man behind them, so to speak. So I think it's very important. I will try to forge a strong bond with the supporters in every way possible. How would you feel about working with our current director of football, Dave Penny? Now, this could cost me the job, but this could also open up their eyes that they don't necessarily need a director of football, which is why they're in the position that they're in. I couldn't abide by that. My power must be absolute. The players have to know who's in charge. We understand the importance of having the right backroom team in place when a manager moves to a new club, so we are willing to allow you to request any changes you would like to make to our current backroom team, as well as the opportunity to request any staff members you want to bring with you from your current club. What sort of budget would you be looking for to make these changes? We are going to go with, I'm probably going to make a good few changes, so I'd need a decent budget. Here is the club's current vision for the future. We would be keen to hear your thoughts. Play attacking football, that's fine, we already do that. Work within the wage budget. Mid-table for the Vanarama National League. FA Trophy, reach the 4th round, grow the club's reputation, and then it's just continue to challenge for the playoffs. I'll be happy to work with those principles. If hired, we would expect you to finish in mid-table position, with us unable to consider keeping you in the role should we be relegated. Do you think you could do better than that? I'm just going to agree. I think that's a fair target to aim for. A wage budget of 20,777 per week is on offer. What do you think of the proposed figure? Oh my god. Yes. Yeah, sign me up. 20,777. I'm more than happy to work with that. I'll be happy to work with the proposed wage budget should I get the role. It's a big enough budget to attract the quality of player required for the club. Are there any requests that you have for us which would help you achieve your goals? There is, and it is something that we never can do. I'd like the club to set up a partnership with a senior affiliate if I get the job. We don't agree with your proposal for us to set up a link with a parent club at the present time, and are unwilling to agree to this. Why do no clubs now want to set up affiliates? It's the best. We get paid to be their affiliate, and they can send us quality loanees. It's the best way of doing things. I accept the board don't want to set up a parent club link at this time. No. That draws things to a close nicely. We would like to extend our appreciation to you for attending today, and we will be in touch to inform you of our decision. Well, who knows? We could be heading to York. We could be heading to England to manage. I'm going to feel a little bit disappointed if I don't know. If we leave Llangefni and we don't get to that mini league, I will feel disappointed, but we have to take the step forward that is going to keep our career moving forward. And who knows, We take over York, we finish mid-table, we go up the next season. We're in the National League. A League 2 or a League 1 club may then come knocking, which will propel our chances to continue our goals of, remember what we set out at the very first episode in the very first season. Our goals are to win the Premier League and win the Champions League. But we're going to make one change to the team, and that is Williams coming out. We, of course, will have Rowan Davies slot back into that position, and we will then move Davies across with Couchman, because Couchman is he a better no-nonsense centre-back? He's not better than Davies, but that's his more favoured position. So we're going to have Rowan Davies on the left side of our centre-backs. So let's get the team sheet submitted, and I'll bring you back when we get into the dressing room with the lads. So here we are, we're in the dressing room, and really, we just want to carry on from our last performance. Let's be honest, there's not much more we can say, there's not much more we can do. So I think outstretched arms in praise. If you carry your last performance into this match, we will do well. And here we go. We have got the game against Newtown here. We are at home, so we're playing in our typical blue kit. We're playing from right to left. And let's hope we can take that performance in the last game into this one. And let's really, like we've encouraged the lads and said, let's really just push on, keep it going, and just keep the momentum flowing, and just keep building for this top 6 spot. If we can get there, I know we talk about that almost week in, week out in terms of the episodes, but it is going to be important for us. If we can get there, we know we're safe for one more season. We can build on that and potentially look at European football. Or, of course, York may want to poach us as their manager, and we may go. It depends what is being offered and what's on the table. But let's see what we can do today. Howell, early chance, 5 minutes in. That is exactly the start that we wanted. 5 minutes in, we get the early goal. Can we sit on this now and just dominate the ball and dominate performance? Heijman there, playing a key part into that, just holding the ball up long enough for Goodrich to come along to play it off to him to make the pass into Howell. Lovely ball into him. They're going to check for offside. We know it's clearly not offside. We've seen it a few times here, so we're going to skip that third highlight. But that's what we wanted, to keep the momentum going and keep us pushing up the league. That result puts us up to 4th. I know it's early, other games around the league and early in this game, but who knows what we can achieve this season if we can carry on this form that we have now found. Cardiff Met University have gone 1-0 up against second in the league. That means that they will drop points as well if that result hangs on, and they'll be on 25. We will only be 3 points behind them. 21 minutes played. Another highlight here for us. More into Sprouse. Lovely ball for Heijman. Oh, that would have been lovely for him on his return from a very serious injury to have scored in his second game back. But we've got a bit of defending to do here. Oh, Davies does well. Parries that out for the corner. We have got a corner to defend though, so let's just keep our heads on. Davies, oh. Davies is lucky that Joey Hughes was there. Don't come and dive with a wafty hand there and push it straight back into the attackers. 30 minutes played. We've got the Llangefni fans cheering us on. And it's nice to see with every home game that goes by, more and more fans turning up to support the team. I mean, the back of the behind the goals are still absolutely empty, but hey, at least the side ones are there. Jack Davies again with another nice save. Really trying to keep that number 1 shirt, isn't he, at the moment? There we go. That's much better from the corner. Comes out, collects the ball. And that's half time. Not a lot to really talk about. We've probably been rambling a little bit there. But hey, that sometimes you do get them type of highlights. We are going to encourage the boys. I think we are doing well, but we can definitely find another gear. And that is so true. We can find another gear. We really could have been 2 or 3 up, let's be honest, with some of the chances that we saw. So the guys really can go out there, can put in a bit of a better shift and just seal the game and close it off so we're not on a nervy 1-0 advantage. Joey Hughes gets in well to dispossess the opposition, but Howell plays it into Heijman, goes out for the throw-in. Again, we will take Heijman off about the 55-60 minute mark, just because we don't want to rush him back too quickly from injury and then be injured again for another few months. But a lovely ball from Goodrich into Heijman. Can he redeem himself from earlier? He can't. He has not had his shooting boots on since he's come back from injury. 55 minutes played here. Another highlight. Ball was played straight into Davies from somewhere, not sure where, but that's where the highlight started. Oh, that was floating. That almost tricked Davies. That looked like that was just going to dip in, below the crossbar and just catch him off guard. But luckily, it just was tipped over the crossbar by the looks of it. 68 minutes played. Long goal kick from them. Gwyn deals with the danger well. He has been, apart from that, he has been very good for us where he's come in and had to fill that void for Heijman. He does deal with the loose ball well, and his distribution is very good, to be fair. He reminds me of a young Finley Goodridge, even though Goodridge is probably only 3 years younger than him. What great mentors to have in the club. Evans into Goodridge. Howell. Sprouse. Just playing it around nicely between. Ah, that's a penalty. Jones has absolutely taken him out. Why has he dived in there? Silly. If I was that manager, I'd be absolutely fuming. Moore, he tucks it away. Bottom right-hand corner. That's his second goal of the season. A little bit of a disappointing return, really, from how he started. But needless to say, he had a cool head there to put the penalty away and give us that bit of breathing space and that cushion. 80 minutes played. Can we hold on to this? Couchman into Goodridge. Gwyn. Davies. Oh, very loose ball. If you were trying to hit Max Moore there, you were not going to get it with that task. Davies. Into Evans. Moore. Look at that for a ball from Gwyn. Literally head on a swivel. Knew exactly where Goodridge was going to be. The defender heads it back into Sprouse. Goodridge. Gwyn. Sprouse. Goodridge. Oh, Sprouse was offside in that build-up. This should be it. Last highlight here now. Goodridge. Awful loose ball there. And luckily, they can't get the counter-attack on the cards. The ref blows for full time. And that's it. A 2-0 win. Both wingers putting in a very good show. 2 goals, both from each winger. Just goes to show our attacking play with working on the wingers, working on the shadow play that we do play. We don't have to just rely on Sprouse. Evans keeps the clock ticking, but the 2 wingers are vitally important for the way that we play as well. Let's get into the dressing room and let's have a chat with the boys. Outstretched arms. Are you proud that was a great win? Yeah, let's go with that. Everyone's looking inspired and motivated. That's what we want to see. A massive result today. How did you do it? Well, we scored goals, Samuel Williams from the Welsh Football Post. That is how we done it. We're not going to obviously answer like that. I'm going to go, it's all down to the players. They worked hard, stuck to the game plan, and they got the rewards they deserve. That result moves Llangefni into a continental qualification spot. That's Europa Conference League for us watching at home. You must be pleased with that. Again, you're asking me a question that's not my objective. I'm not paying attention to that right now. There's far too much football to be played. So please stop asking me that. So we're going to skip the next game. If anything happens with the job interview or the job application before that game, then I will stop it and the next episode will show that and what we're going to do with it. That is in a week's time, so we may hear back from York City. But I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new around here. Leave a like if you haven't already, and comment down below, where do you think we're going to end up in the next few weeks? Will we be at York City, or will we be carrying on our journey for European glory? European glory, are we really saying that for Llangefni Town FC? Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.